Hey, this is John Thorne. My new book is The Essential Wrapped in Plastic, Pathways to Twin Peaks. You can order it on Amazon, where you can find it in hard copy and is a Kindle version.
I got idea, man. You take me for a walk.
And welcome to this week's edition of Twin Peaks Unwrapped. I'm your host, Bryon and beside me as always,
Ben Durant.
Ben, this is now part of our Fire Walk with Me trilogy.
Yes.
We're doing the missing pieces.
The missing pieces.
The missing pieces.
I've waited about 20 some odd years for these missing pieces.
I've waited all of 3 weeks. 2 weeks ago, we did the movie, and then we had our friends on, and now we're ending it off with our trilogy, The Missing Pieces. So I've waited less time than you, but I'm very excited to watch them.
Awesome. I first heard about some of these missing pieces probably in 93. So, the movie was in 92, and probably about a year later, VideoWatchdog issue 16, April 1993, had a whole issue based on Fire Walk with Me.
So it wasn't like you can go to the internet and they'd be like, these exist. It was sort of like you had to wait for a magazine to be like...
Yeah, for me anyways, that's the only way I found it. And that magazine mentioned Mary Sweeney, who's the editor. Her first assembly was reported about 5 hours long.
Holy smokes.
So there was footage out there. And then, but
a lot of footage.
Yeah, it's a lot of footage. But Video Watchdog basically spelled out from the script what they thought was probably shot. And then there was websites and wrapped in plastic that would have images. There was two images that I remember. One was a fight, Sheriff Cable and Chet Desmond fighting.
And you don't see Cable beyond his desk, really.
Right, right.
His
yeah,
room.
So there was a fist fight happening. And then we saw, I think, another picture where it was a Big Ed and Norma kind of laying near each other. They were cuddling. And that was it. That was like
they
okay.
They weren't even in the movie.
They weren't in the movie.
I know.
So that's what I mean. You knew there was stuff. You knew there was the characters from Twin Peaks that were, at least they had filmed scenes. And so, yeah, there were petitions to try and get this released.
Wow. Did you sign the petition?
Yeah, I had my own petition. The thing is, yeah, so like in college, I would always get these people together and friends and say, you got to come watch Twin Peaks. So I would have these like weekly get-togethers, and I would bring my VHS tapes and force them to watch it.
Oh, on VHS.
On VHS, yeah, at the time. And then I think I created my own form that I had them all sign. I probably had like only 20 people sign it. It's like, I'm going to send this off and bring these missing pieces. No, yeah, 25 years later.
No, did you mail that petition out? Or do you still have it?
I still have it. I brought it with me.
Oh.
So typical of me. So typical that I would actually do this and then never mail it. I don't know why I didn't mail it.
Maybe you were like, I can't. It's only 20 signatures. They're not going to laugh at me.
Yeah, maybe that was it. But yeah, for the longest time, people kept up. And the problem was, I think that like some of the rights for Fire Walk with Me were with different companies, and there was all kinds of issues about getting the footage.
Yeah, the show was on ABC, but CBS was a company who...
Right, but then the film was done by somebody else. There was different companies that had... I think there was two companies fighting for different rights.
Just so everybody know, this episode will be heavily edited.
It was like, what you are about to see are the missing pieces.
So I want to say before we get to the missing pieces, is it odd... I didn't bring this up. Is it odd that Laura Palmer's prom photo is prominently displayed in the high school, and Bobby comes in and he gives it a big old kiss? But why? Was that homecoming? She must have been
I think so.
Prom queen?
Some people's, yeah, I think it was prom queen.
Queen. But it is weird that she's prominently featured. And part of me was like, when that happened, when he came and kissed it, and her photos like that, I'm like, what if what if Laura's not really here? What if this is like the Sixth Sense, man? You know, like I got a little
She's
crazy.
been dead all along.
She was dead all along, man. So part of me felt that way, but then clearly it wasn't. But.
No. So this is an extended scene of Chet and Sam Stanley there.
Which I'm saying,
Yes.
I love these guys together. And I love the actors.
Yeah.
Chris Isaac is
Geez,
awesome.
Agent Desmond, it's 3:30. Where are we going to sleep?
We're not. You and I are gonna get something to eat.
Yes. I didn't realize so many hours had passed. Did you, Agent Desmond? You have your own MO, don't you, Agent Desmond?
Agent Desmond is the polar opposite of Dale Cooper. And he would be so cool on the show. He would be so cool.
He would. They're at Haps.
Yeah, Haps. Haps Diner. It's worse than Denny's. It's a crying clown on the neon
I
sign.
know. I didn't think I'd even noticed that before. I think because some of the lights are out or something. Or
Yeah, it's crying because it had the midnight special.
They don't have any specials.
Oh yeah, that's true. They don't have any specials.
Want to hear about our specials? We don't have
any
specials. Playing with this light, electricity. There's a whole thing about electricity in this film.
Yes.
He's dead, good and dead.
So the whole thing with electricity is this idea that maybe the spirits travel through electricity.
I that's something but I didn't bring up, but they showed an electric box.
How's that
Trailer
goddamn
park.
light going?
And then they show the power lines with electricity.
Yes.
And then we would see everybody in that room,
Right.
which I didn't know was above the convenience store, but there's a whole
And there's a
electricity
character in there that says electricity.
Taking
Yes,
out
you're right.
the
Yeah.
Sunrise.
Yep.
The Fat Trout Trailer Park.
Agent Desmond? Are you talking to me in code?
No, Sam. I'm speaking plainly. I mean exactly what I said.
It's funny because I read the script, like I have the script, and so I would always
Thanks,
read this. And
Irene.
it's still kind of funny to
Yeah,
actually
good.
see these characters actually speaking it
Morning.
because all I've ever had was
Oh,
the
wow.
script to go on.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Now, who do you think wrote Let's Rock?
it's got to be the little man, doesn't it? It has
Do you
to be,
think
right?
that's like the beginning? Like saying, this point on, your life is going to change? Like, let's rock. Like, or was that a warning? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
at this point, this is going to be it?
Yeah.
Or a warning?
I don't know. And the funny thing is, too, it's backwards, too, because we're looking inside the car to
Yeah,
that.
you're right.
But it just seems to be a message. I mean, it's definitely for the fans. I don't know what
Yeah.
else to say. So this is the legendary scene that we've waited 20 years for. Cable Ben Steele.
Cable Ben Steele, which we see a clip,
Right.
a newspaper clip. But this brings me back to Twin Peaks with the bending of the arms
Oh, yeah.
backwards. This is where
Nadine there.
Yeah.
bending.
Maybe it's sort of like he's Nadine. He's got superhuman strength.
I think I'll just take this badge off, J. Edgar, if you don't mind.
So one of the things I didn't mention, too, is that in Twin Peaks,
The only way you're going to get that body
when
out.
Cooper first comes in on the pilot, he says, says to Truman, don't give us a hard time. We've had problems in the past about people giving us a hard time, and
These jerks.
these jerks, right? It's
Yeah.
like when the FBI comes in, they're in charge, and it's like this is showing.
Oh wow! Yeah, I didn't take that in. Because these guys are such jerkies to them.
Right.
Jerkies. They just call them jerkies. I say jerk offs, but they're jerkies.
Chet Desmond's taking his shirt off here, or at least his.
And they got their own Lucy,
Yes.
but she's like.
And Andy, right? Andy and Lucy.
Yes.
Oh, Chet just got sucker punched. He was gonna bend steel, and
Yeah, that guy's like Andy and Lucy because they're kind of hanging out together.
right, blonde, and so now they're gonna fist fight here. This is the legendary fight. This scene does not work, and it's like I understand why it was cut. Like they just don't look like they're really fighting, and they're like missing. And
Nothing happens.
Nothing happened. Yeah, it just didn't work, and so I understand why maybe they decided not to use this. And then
And honestly, Chris Isaac is gonna take him down. I mean, this is the guy who wrote Wicked Game. Come on now, he's gonna take him down. Nobody's gonna hit his face.
talking about Wicked Games, I think there was 2 music videos, and David Lynch actually did direct one of the music videos of Wicked Games.
Oh, nice.
So they've had a relationship before Fire Walk with Me. I mean, this is a long scene, and it goes nowhere fast.
Yeah, it is really kind of pointless. It is just showing like, okay, so whoever wins, what, they're gonna cooperate? You know, like...
It just shows that Chet Desmond is a badass.
And this guy's just a moron.
It's funny, too, you know, we talk about the difference between Cooper and Desmond. Cooper would never punch. I mean, he's fought a couple times, but he doesn't really get into fights.
Yeah.
I mean, the image of them both putting up their dukes is the image I remember for years, always being like, we have to get those deleted scenes.
All because of this scene. And then you see it and you're like, well...
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's some really gems in here that it's worth having. Oh, and then Chet Desmond bends steel.
He bends that steel. It's like, yeah.
Who's next?
So this would allow them to work with them by putting their sheriff in the hospital.
So now we've got a scene with at the FBI office.
Diane,
That's
you
awesome.
haven't changed your hair, and I've seen that beautiful dress before, but I must say you look sensational today. No, I'm not trying to buy time. It's Thursday, and you have changed something in this room, and this time you've done very well. Very well. But I'm going to tell you exactly what it is in a moment.
Now, I always kept thinking, oh, we're going to finally see what Diane looks like. From the
Yeah.
script I was reading, I was like, oh,
Got
we
it.
know.
Diane, you've moved that clock 12 inches to the left.
But they don't show Diane.
I like
yes,
that.
Another
I
triumph
d-
for the dashing Agent Cooper.
It's like
And now, Diane, you must clean the coffee cups, get fresh ground coffee from Sally, and make a damn great pot of coffee.
He's a little goofy, like a little more goofy than usual. I don't know how I feel about that scene. He's so over the top.
Well, I'm just gonna pause it for that one. Yeah, that is like, it feels like just like goofy fun.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work in the movie because
Right.
the movie.
Where do you put it? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's very serious, very dark. But I like that side of Cooper, and maybe it's almost flirtatious.
It is.
Like he's flirting with
Right.
her. So seeing him, we've seen him like that before with females, where he's flirting, he's goofy, and I think seeing Diane will ruin it. Diane is sort of like the neighbor in Home Improvement. You don't see Wilson's face. And just like in Cheers, you don't see Norm's wife.
Right.
In Frasier, you don't see Niles' wife.
Sure.
And
Big Bang Theory, you don't see that.
Walowitz's mom.
Right.
Like, it's cool because you can have so much fun with that character by not really having a character.
Right. And so it's still, our theory could still be that he's talking to himself. We don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I kind of feel like that could be it. Because he does get those earplugs very quickly.
very quickly.
And I can't even get 2-day shipping half the time on Amazon. But he got earplugs in a day, so I don't know, magic.
Well, Agent Desmond wanted to check out the trailer court one more time. He asked me to drive the van with the body back to Portland, which I did. It's 105 miles.
So it definitely seems like originally the script was that there was probably no Chet Desmond, that it was going to be Dale Cooper investigating the whole thing. And then when Kyle MacLachlan didn't want to do it, and then he came back, and when he did say he was going to do it, I think they probably just changed it so that Chet Desmond would do the beginning.
Desmond never did explain to me what the Blue Rose meant.
Neither will I.
The blue hose.
Well, all right. You know, I really did like Agent Desmond. He had his own M.O.
Oh, this is after Desmond
I cracked the
disappeared.
whipping
Yeah.
case with a machine like
Right,
this.
that's when Cooper
Emily,
gets...
I heard all about it.
You know, they never would have found
Cooper's
a
very
smash
annoyed by
machine like
Sam.
this.
He's-
Why? Because no one else had a machine like this.
Tell me about the letters.
Well, look in here. Right there.
So this is when Cooper sees the
Agent
letter.
Desmond and I found that under Teresa Banks' ring fingernail.
And so right, and in the TV show, he talks about that, like, we've seen this before. Right.
yeah.
Found the ring?
No, sir, we did not.
That's the owl ring.
Sam Stanley.
Yeah.
How does he know it's a ring?
Teresa had a dirt on her hands, part where the ring was clean. And
okay.
And then when they went to her home, they saw a picture of the ring.
The missing pieces are all coming back to me.
And then Chet will be the last one to see the ring because the ring was under the trailer, and he goes to reach for it, and that's the last we know of Chet. Like, I used to think that he disappeared right at that moment, like that he was like taken to the Black Lodge, but I don't know. We just don't know what happens after that.
The mystery of Chet will live on. We're not in the Great Northern.
No.
We didn't see the Great Northern in the movie.
I don't know. We didn't. We didn't see Ben Horn or any of them.
Yeah.
He was. They had a part for Ben Horn, but the actor wasn't interested in the film at all, so he didn't film anything.
And there's nothing missing pieces with him?
No, he didn't want. He wasn't interested in making the film. I mean, I think that they would have had Ben Horn giving drugs to Laura Palmer, and he just didn't see like that's what his character would do.
I hope you enjoy your stay
Agent
here.
Jeffries.
Gracias. Do you have Miss Judy standing here?
Miss Judy.
Miss Judy.
This is for you. La señorita, the young lady, she left it for you.
So there's a connection here with Judy. At this place, he's supposed to meet with her.
Yeah, interesting. So we get to know this would probably maybe take place prior to him rushing in.
Yep, it takes place before that. We're rushing in the FBI office there. And then you have dancers and we're now...
See, we've seen shots
of the pole.
In this version, it's in the poles, where in Twin Peaks it's the trees. We don't see many trees until we actually enter Twin Peaks.
Right.
Yeah.
The woodsman there.
This was in the movie.
So these are extended scenes of the above the convenience store.
So does electricity allow them to leave Twin Peaks?
Maybe it does seem that way.
From pure air, which would be the woods.
Right, from the sky, from the above.
So from pure air, when people say the great outdoors is like fresh air.
Yes.
That could be the electricity poles.
Yeah.
Power lines.
Going up and down, I wonder if that means going in and out of people.
Animal life, the owls. Formica.
I think he's really describing the ring. It's green.
In its color, maybe you're right. The ring is like key.
I don't know what's going on. With this ring, ID wed, and you still kind of wondering if it's like we're in a pack. You wear this, we're kind of together now or something.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because I was trying to think about who was getting married.
I think it's the marriage of possession or taking over your life.
And see, the red room kind of comes.
Yeah, we dissolve into the red room.
Yeah, and okay.
You do wonder, were they always in the red room? Is the above the convenience store and the red room the same thing, or is it an extension of it? It's still not clear, but
yeah, I feel like it's almost the same thing. But I feel like the electricity allows them to leave Twin Peaks and come or travel. There's the ring.
Yeah,
the ring. So the ring is the gateway. The way I would wrap my head around it, they come from the trees, they go in and out, up and down. That would be power lines. Because those go up and down, you have the lines connecting them, and and they can travel.
So maybe it's like the physical and the spiritual, like the realms that you have the physical realm, and then you leave that and you go into the spiritual realm, and you can go back and forth. The two worlds are the physical and spiritual. But
maybe. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's how I'd see it. Like, it's almost like Lynch, he's not going to tell you, but you have your theories, but he gives you a good visual things that can have so many meanings. Like, sometimes someone gives you a visual, that's the way it is, but his visuals can really open up your imagination, you know?
Totally.
So really, you can take it in any way. That up and down, the intercourse, that could be person to person.
From Cooper's dream, and in the European version of the pilot, there's a whole through the darkness of future past, the magician longs to see one chance out between two worlds, fire walk with me. And some people say chance as, oh, I'm doing a chant, oh, yeah, or something like that. And other people say chance as one chance out between two worlds.
David Bowie's back.
We actually get to see him walking out of the elevator.
I thought you'd be in the movie so much more.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Oh, so this is...
Philip?
It's extended.
Okay.
Meet the long-lost Philip Jeffries. You may have heard of him at the Academy. Well, now, I'm not going to talk about Judy. In fact, we're not going to talk about Judy at all.
Gordon?
I know, Coop. Stand fast. Who do you think that is there?
Suffered some bumps in the old noggin, eh, Phil?
What the hell did he say, Albert? That's Special Agent Dale Cooper. Where in the hell have you been, Jeffries? I sure as hell want to tell you everything, but I ain't got a whole lot to go on. But I will tell you one little bitty thing. Judy is positive about this.
How interesting. I thought we were going to leave Judy out of it.
Albert, Mayday!
Mayday, like the ship.
Oh, that's right.
February
1989.
Isn't that when Cooper
What,
goes
am
to
I
TwinPeaks?
alone in here?
Is it clear that he's a time traveler? Like, is that clear to you?
A part of me feels like he's like... Clearly, he was in the Black Lodge. He sat with him. He was missing for 2 years. So I have to, like, when we recorded this, I missed a lot of that because I was distracted while watching the movie. So I'm seeing that more for the first time. Like, not the first time, but, like, really understand what was going on. I don't know if he's a time traveler, but it feels like he can go between the two now all of a sudden. Like, do you mean like time travel, like he can go between the two worlds?
No, I mean time travel that he's in the past, present, future.
Is he sort of like the guy from Lost?
He's like Scott Bakula going quantum leap. Oh boy!
And hopefully my last leap will be my last leap home. That was me trying to do his impression. But I don't know. I don't know if I take it time traveler. I mean, do we? It's weird. He goes to that hotel. He's looking for Judy.
Yes.
There's a monkey. You mentioned the Wizard of Oz thing, which I didn't realize. I do like that theory. And I do like that theory that Judy could be Laura Palmer. There's a ring. He mentions the ring. Cooper tells Laura not to put the ring on. That connects that whole thing. He was in the room with them for 2 years, and he's gone stir crazy. And he points at Cooper, like you're saying, like, does he think that that's Bob? Because Cooper,
and remember, this is the past. This is we're talking. This is Teresa Banks' time period, and stuff. So a year before Laura Palmer,
exactly. And if we said that the Black Lodge has no time, Cooper would be there, Laura would be there, maybe.
So he can be a time traveler only because he's in the Black Lodge in some ways.
There's no time.
Right. The Black Lodge and above the convenience store is the same place. We don't know for sure. So what we do know is Agent Jeffries is saying he was at one of their meetings above the convenience store.
For 2 years. It was a long meeting. I think I've covered long meetings just as long at work. Felt like 2 years.
Again, I don't know. I mean, with time, we don't know if he was there for 5 minutes and he comes out and time is different.
But Cole says you've been missing for 2 years.
What I'm saying is he may have gone into the Black Lodge or the above convenience store. He comes back out and it's been 5 minutes for him.
So the electricity kicks in and he disappears.
Yep. Gordon Cole mentions Mayday, and Agent Jeffries is saying February, and so like he disappears when he realizes. To me, he disappears when he realizes he's not in the right time, like that the month is different or something like that. He realizes it's time to leap again.
Yeah, because he lifts his head up. He goes, February 1989.
Right, which is when Laura Palmer dies. In the shooting script, Jeffries looks at a calendar and he's shocked that it's 1989.
He could be like Scott Bakula and he's trying to get back home, or he's trying to warn, but he's not hitting the right time.
Yeah.
So in a way, he's a time traveler because he came back, but he's a year early.
Yeah.
And they don't always talk, well, who are you? And Cooper's like, I'm Cooper. And
Right.
nobody...
And Cooper seems really bothered by him a lot. That like probably because he just appeared out of nowhere. Some people think, I don't know if I agree with this, but some people think Agent Jeffries could be the monkey. That like he's hiding there. Like who? If he's at this meeting, which one is he? Is he one of the people that we visually see? Is he, or is he just there at a different time period?
I think he's there. I think a different time period. I believe that if we had seen him there, the mystery would be thrown off, right? In a story standpoint, I feel like we need to put together the pieces of what his journey is,
right?
But I like the theory of time traveler because of the Black Lodge, and he's not finding. He needs to figure out what his place is. And he knows something, he just doesn't know how to say it because he's like, Cole is obviously, well, you can put down in paper what you saw.
This is not the first character to be disoriented and loss of time. We have Major Briggs.
Major Briggs has happened all the times.
Right.
Yeah.
He's done the same thing, so it's almost like this is a continuation of a character that seems to be connected to the White or Black Lodge and goes missing for a period of time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep. So Major Briggs has had the same problem where he might have felt like he was only gone for 5 or 10 minutes.
Right.
But like his wife was like, "You've been gone for months."
Yeah, right.
Or weeks.
Because he says like, "How long have I been gone?" And it's like, "Oh, it seems shorter than that," or something.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't put that connection together. That scene. Like I've been waiting for that scene.
Yeah. So he basically comes firing back to the hotel there.
Is that Judy on the ground? No, it's a maid.
I think it's just a maid, like people that work in the hotel.
Oh, Mr. Jeffries! Oh, the shit that come out of my ass.
What do you say?
Shit that comes out of my ass.
Ayúdame!
I think they think he's the devil.
Ayúdame!
So that's interesting.
Yeah, that's a cool scene. I mean, that's something I'd love to see because, seeing that and it, took 20 some odd years later to actually see, oh, that's where he ended up. At least in the script and in what they filmed, he ended up back in this hotel.
So he rode the lightning.
Yeah.
He rode the lightning back to the hotel, and they think he's like the devil, like.
Right.
Like
he just appeared. And
he's appeared.
Smoking.
Yeah, like he's Doctor Who on crack. Why did he go back to that hotel? Because Judy was at that hotel, right? He was looking for Judy.
Right.
But we do know that Laura Palmer, she was never at that hotel, from what we know.
Right.
Does that theory of Judy and Laura Palmer, is that theory thrown out the window now?
Maybe. I mean, so there's this other theory that it's Josie Packer's twin sister. That I don't even know where that came from. I don't know if that came from Bob Angles or where it came from. But
Josie.
Nobody
cares about Josie.
Nobody cares. So I think it's Buenos Aires, Argentina is supposed to be that's the location of where he's supposed to be.
Looking for Judy. In the missing scenes, Judy doesn't make sense as Laura Palmer. In the movie, it could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can recreate this. I mean, we can do that for season 3. We don't have to stay true to the script or what they filmed. We can say, hey, he never went to this hotel. He was always in the Black Lodge or above the convenience store.
These scenes are so good, you feel like it was part of the movie.
Right.
And obviously Lynch had this vision, and they had to cut it down to make it coherent.
Yeah.
To make it, hey, we're going to tell Laura's story.
Right.
And I feel that works.
You're absolutely right.
All this stuff is great, but
it takes away from...
the main
Right.
focus.
And I don't know if David Lynch realized how good an actress Cheryl Lee was. I mean, like, she did an amazing performance. Many of the fans, of course, say that she should have won an Oscar. I mean, she was incredible and stuff. And I think we only get to see Maddie, and then we see her amazing performance in Maddie's death. But you don't see a lot of what she's capable of.
And she plays it well. She's creepy. That smile is Jokerish. It's creepy because it's like she's crazy, you know?
Right.
And her laugh, and like it puts chills down my spine, how creepy it is. She reminds me of the 1989 Batman when the Joker creates Joker people.
Oh, yeah.
And the girls have the big smile. That's her Laura Palmer smile reminds me of.
I mean, is she getting possessed? I mean,
Yeah, that's what I think about.
Leo $5,000.
Okay, so this gives us
Relax,
history about the whole Leo and
the
them.
money situation and all that.
Sonny.
Which,
look, Snake.
It kind of falls apart near the end. And nobody cares about the money anymore because.
Yeah, you better have it.
I'm walking with Laura.
I guess
so. This is an extension from the very first shot that we
That's
saw.
why you're
I didn't
a real
even
man
realize
like me.
that this was the first shot of Twin Peaks where
That's
they're
right.
saying
I am the man.
Laura Palmer.
Mike is
Yep.
It's because it's from a different angle. I didn't notice that.
Is the man.
Yeah.
Laura Palmer. I'll see you later.
And we don't know why Donna, the original Donna, we got a new Donna.
I don't know. I've heard that Laura Flamboyle is difficult to work with. I
Is
don't
she
know
coming
that's-
back in season 3? Was she listed?
No.
Interesting. I wonder if we're gonna get an actress that
We might
will
get a third Donna. It's this Donna's not in it, the actress, so we might get a third Donna.
Cigarette.
Mom,
Wow.
can I have a car? Sure. What is the hurry? Oh, I forgot my books.
Sarah Palmer went grocery shopping? She never leaves the house. She smokes like a sieve.
You'll never be a smoker if you don't start. I'm in it.
Mother of the year. Mother of the year.
Don't smoke. It's too late. Laura's been smoking.
I know.
It's a cute exchange between them to see that like there is a relationship there between them.
Yeah. And later on in the movie, we see 2 ashtrays filled with cigarettes.
Yes, and Donna makes a joke about that.
Yep.
Right? That she'd be dead if she had
Yes.
You don't have to lie to me. Ever. You can tell me anything. I will understand.
It's an amazing scene. It's like Dad is molesting me. Do you understand that? I mean, like she's saying, you can tell me anything. It's like, really? Can I tell you anything? Can I tell you that like Dad is really
drugging
bad?
you?
Yeah.
Father says he's starving.
Yeah. I feel like this scene wouldn't have worked in the movie because Sarah has to be shown as more passive.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Laura.
What is this, an outtake?
I'm hungry.
This is me every night.
Put food in my belly. What?
So I think this scene is supposed to be like a fun side to see that hey that they weren't
Jeg heter Leland Palmer.
that there could be good times between the family.
What?
The Norwegians are coming next week.
Norwegians are leaving. The Norwegians are leaving.
Yes.
Now, Sarah, you first.
Next week. This is so close.
Yeah, because this whole movie takes place over 7 days.
I did not know that.
Yeah, this last 7 days of her life. Yep.
Higgelig.
Dem.
This scene does give you the fun Leland. And I think this is truly Leland.
Sarah Palmer.
Like he's smiling and stuff.
That's very good. We'll practice some more. You try it, okay? Higle og dem.
But the movie plays him so dark.
Yeah.
There's not even a
There's no
moment.
room to breathe. I mean,
Yeah, for him, he has that one moment of break where he breaks and cries. And he goes, I love you. And he comes and kisses her on the head. And I feel like that's Leland. And maybe it's part of him realizing what's going on. And he can't control it.
Jeg heter Leland Palmer.
But this kind of could have worked a little bit.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see a scene that they did love each other. And that's my girls. That's my girls.
It goes on too long with them laughing. It could have been too much, but I think it could have worked a little bit in there. You almost feel like, were they really, like, I mean, generally laughing at that scene? Like,
yeah.
Were they, it wasn't even acting anymore. They were just generally having a good time.
Right.
You know?
I think there's an interview where I think they did say that they had a good time doing that scene.
Yeah, I get that impression.
I think the scene is like she goes to a random truck driver and gets a lift, and
this is sort of like the diary.
Yeah, you're right. There's a scene in the diary that.
Yep.
Friend of Leo's, right?
Yeah.
But I guess there are a lot of truck drivers in the area, probably. Logging companies, logging town.
Yeah, she's revving his engine. And he's driving a semi.
Oh,
man.
Oh, this is a good one. This is, I think we're now at the lumber yard. Pete Martell.
He wasn't in the movie.
Nope. And Josie and the banker from episode 29.
Oh, boy.
The 2x4 I ordered.
In the pilot, Pete Martell is at the lumber yard and he's sitting down at a desk and he's saying 2x4, 4x2.
Oh.
He's like sitting, he's just counting and stuff, but it's still kind of funny to go from the pilot where he was doing that and then to have this scene. It just reminds me that he.
Yeah, it's like a callback.
It's a callback to 2x4. And then it's neat to see Josie. She's dumber than ever, but I mean, it's so cool to have a scene. I don't know if there's anything else of her. I think that might be it.
Thank God. That's all you need.
That's all you need enough of her.
Yeah, Josie.
Oh, what could have been?
You know, I feel like Josie's character could have been better, more intertwined with mythology, with the doorknob.
I actually wanted her to be more evil. Like, she was kind of evil in the first season, where Ben Horn said he had stuff on her, and then I said, I've got stuff on you.
The key,
right?
Yeah, I got a bigger key.
I'll bury you and stuff. And I was like, yeah, she's gonna kill somebody and do stuff. And she was like, kind of became weak and scared all the time. But so now we've got the Double R diner scene. Shelley, Norma,
Shelley, Norma.
Heidi has a bloody nose. A bloody nose? You think you could give Laura a hand?
And there's Heidi. We mentioned Heidi in the pilot and in the last episode, episode 29 there.
And then I realized the duality with Shelley and Norma.
What's that?
They're both married to criminals.
True, and they make points of that in the show.
I changed my mind.
Big Ed and Nadine came. They walk into Double R and then they see Norma.
Nadine!
Never mind.
Is that because?
Sorry.
Well, because they were in high school and Big Ed was dating Norma, so.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And Norma's hair is short.
We never did talk about this when we were talking about Final Alchemy, but Cheryl Lee is wearing a wig.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like the wig at all. It's too puffy.
It doesn't look natural.
No.
What's with that, Laura?
She's a mess.
Yeah, sure.
I do like that Lynch doesn't do always close-ups. He does these wide shots. Like, we still have Heidi in the background, and we've got the cook. I think that cook guy in the far back there was in the new series. He actually has a part to play.
Oh, really?
He did die right after his scene that he shot.
Oh, wow.
But,
Mabe, I'm so sorry about what happened. Let's get together later if we can.
This is like the beginning of their affair.
Yeah.
I want you to know that I put 7 whole huckleberries in each muffin.
It's a lot of huckleberries.
There is definitely this whole muffin theme throughout the movie. I think there was somewhere else there was a talk about her being the muffin.
It's a secret message for Laura. The angels will return. And when you see the one that's meant to help you, you will weep with joy.
Wow.
That's the ending of the movie.
Wow. Why did they cut that out? That is beautiful. That is really sweet.
That's foreshadowing.
It is. That is really awesome.
Did you ever notice that?
I did not know this.
We just talked about that.
Yeah, she's right
Well,
here.
we talked, not just talked about, but we talked about that during Firewalk with Me. But the angel takes her away at the end, and you were saying how you felt that was the ending if they never gave us a season 3.
But I haven't seen this scene with Doc Hayward, so I didn't know about this. I haven't read it in the script. This is new to me.
That's like, it's like foreshadowing. But that's something David Lynch doesn't really do, is foreshadowing.
Not really to that extent. Not to be like bashed over the head. It's kind of like, this is how the movie ends. The angels will come, and somebody will take care of you, and you will be happy.
Agent
That's
Cooper.
awesome.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
Like right there, you could be like, that's awesome. Yeah.
Maybe he didn't want to let too much hope in.
Yeah. Right, because the movie is very
So dark. Oh,
very dark.
Yeah.
Because that would be bashing over your head, super foreshadowing.
Right, sweet.
But
It's like,
really cool.
And I always think about Bobby Briggs. It's like, everybody knew she was in trouble, at the
But nobody
funeral.
helped her.
Nobody helped her. It's like, you all knew that she had problems. Like, everybody wants to believe that she did no wrong and she had no problems, but deep down they knew that
there was something going on. The perfect family and the facade.
Right.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Muffin. No. You're the Muffin.
I like her as Donna more than I like Donna.
Maura Kelly is the actress.
Yeah, I think I mean, after the initial shock, it didn't like bother me. Sometimes when you have a character change, it it glares and you're like,
Well, I mean, she definitely fits the part of innocent Donna.
Yeah.
No, Donna! You're right! I'm the Muffin!
Red room floor. Love it. This is an extended scene from what we've already seen. But
Is this future? Or is this past?
Yeah, and that ring, a conduit to both worlds,
possibly,
or whatever.
Right. You don't see it, but you do wonder if Chet touched the ring and if he was taken away. And I feel like Lauren could have been taken away too when, as she's getting killed.
This part is the future.
The past, right?
Well, it's
the past because we're with Laura Palmer.
Cooper is in the future, but there's no time, so he's in this area trying to communicate with Laura.
Oh, I see. You can take it from that end. Sure.
Yeah,
he's in the
yeah.
future. Right, I guess sure. He's in the future. Laura's in the past.
Yeah,
and they're communicating. Okay.
But like, there's no time.
Right.
So when Cooper's in there, I guess like if we go like True Detective season 1, like times a flat circle.
Okay.
Like the center of that circle would be nothing. It would be no time. It would just time would stand still. Whatever room would be in the middle, and then you reach out, and there would be different times. And the further you go down, the further the distance, the further the time. So Laura would be in her own time period, and then he could communicate.
All right.
Yeah. Yes.
It's true though.
We need Cole Russ
from True Detectives. It's all circle.
It's all circle.
And the ring is a circle.
Yes.
And the whole yes.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a whole circle. But I like that. I do like that there is no time. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, for me that's how I would wrap my brain around it, because I can't wrap my brain around it if I don't think about it that way, right? I don't.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm still puzzled, almost 25 years later, trying to understand, should Laura have taken the ring or should she not take the ring? I mean, like, what else options does she have? I mean, like...
When your whole family is against you... And
right, your own father's against you, you have no other options. But I don't believe in suicide. I don't believe in killing yourself either.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one, because it seems like by putting that ring on, she's agreeing to be killed and...
allowing herself... But maybe in her eyes, it could be allowing herself... peace, because she's not finding peace in her own life,
right?
So yeah.
I mean, I guess the best way to look at it maybe is, if I shouldn't even think of suicide. The best way to look at it is, she's not agreeing to be possessed. She knows by putting on the ring that she will not be possessed. By
because
Bob, or taken over by Bob.
Because she already kind of is.
She was leading in that direction. She was talking. He was talking through her, and
Yeah, I wouldn't take it as that like suicide. I would take it as, in the world of Twin Peaks, would be like she hasn't had peace in her life at all, you know?
Yeah. She says the age of 12. She.
Yeah, that's
Bob was-
horrible. So.
Taste through your
The fan is
a whole new meaning in Firewalk with Me. I mean, like
hypnotizing her almost, like putting her in a trance.
It's pretty creepy.
It is.
Now I can't find my blue sweater. Did you take it again?
Mom?
What?
What are you wearing?
A blue sweater.
You're a mess, Mom.
Maybe she
Mom.
was she drugged and she can't remember.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Oh no.
Mom.
It's happening again.
No, it's
happening again.
No, it's not. Just sit down.
Again.
It's happening again.
See, I think like being drugged, she loses memory, she loses time.
Sometimes on the road, I mentally go through this whole house and picture where every item is.
This makes me think about the cigarettes where he knows there's 2 different brands of cigarettes and you should only be smoking one. And it's like he's like, I know this house.
Yeah.
But dirt can find its way anywhere.
He's such a jerk.
This is where we live, Shelley.
This is where we live. Big Ed and Norma. So this is the shot. It was a picture that we were aware of that was deleted scenes. So back 20 some odd years ago, we knew that this scene existed.
Wow.
I don't think I recognize that.
I wasn't, I didn't care if
call
we saw this.
PB.
I wanted to see, I was interested in
PTB.
Sheriff Cable, and I was hoping for more Cooper.
Breath tester. Harry gave it to me. What's it say?
It says you can't even walk.
Oh.
I always like them together.
Yeah, they're good. They're a
Yeah.
good couple. Let's hope we can find happiness for them here if they're in season 3.
I think we're one great, big, giant smash up.
So Donna was offered cocaine from Buck.
you are.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now we have the one-armed man and Candle. It's kind of like the European pilot with Bob.
Yeah. And we only see him in the normal cut. He's talking backwards. And he's lighting the candle, unlighting the candles.
Listen me.
Firewalk with Me?
Yeah. So is he channeling? Is he trying to capture Bob? Because this would be him prior to hunting Bob down.
I think you're right.
Right. So that would make sense.
And the one chant out between 2 worlds.
Yeah.
Firewalk with Me. So this is Flesh World. He's looking.
Oh.
This is where he must have found Teresa Banks.
I really like your picture.
This whole movie makes him come off creepy.
Yes.
So what is this? This is Laura with who's that?
Renette.
Renette.
Guy split. He split?
It's funny. I think Renette has longer hair in the movie than she did in the show. But
So in the movie, we just saw a clip of these two.
yeah, I mean, there's a scene
showing that Leland was there.
Well, Leland was. I think he was gonna get it on with a couple girls, and then he realized that it was his through the window. He realized his daughter. It was his daughter, and that's
Yeah. Now, why would she have the ring?
Well, it must have been Leland must have given her the ring, right? I mean,
Oh, you think?
right. I mean, this is a year before this last 7 days of Laura Palmer. So Teresa must have gotten the ring from Leland, yeah.
And what does Laura Palmer's father look like?
Very handsome. Hey, wavy black hair is like a movie star.
His accent is really bad, but I don't remember him having that
Canadian accent.
That accent in the show. I remember him in the show talking kind of fairly normal.
No, was
it that bad?
I think it was that bad. Yeah.
So he, come to find out, when he was up for the part, he did his Pepe Le Pew impression, and he said he wanted to like get a dialect coach for like a Canadian accent.
I see.
And they're like, no, it's fine. But he wanted it to make it sound more like a Canadian. But he said he was basically doing a Pepe Le Pew impression,
Well,
like a Canadian Pepe Le Pew.
All the brothers have different accents. I mean,
Yes.
none of them are the same. They didn't.
And they look nothing alike.
They look nothing alike, and they all sound different.
Forget, it's Johnny Horn's birthday today.
Johnny Horn's birthday.
See, like that scene would have felt good in the movie. I felt like
You want some lighter tone?
yeah, like I felt like the movie. We all know Leland was the killer, but it's so hard because this happened after the show. If this had happened before the movie, I guess having a happier Leland would have made total sense. But having some sprinkle of happiness, like where he was a good father,
right,
might have been like a false sense. Oh, he's a good dad. But the movie just portrays him as total jerk.
Yeah,
yeah, like you
and
don't
maybe
like him
it's
at
the
all.
last 7 days of Laura Palmer, so maybe like this is the most intense time. Like maybe a month ago or 6
You're
months
right,
ago,
yeah.
things were better. But there was that scene where they were at the dinner table, and it's like he's trying to teach them another language. He's like, my name is Leland Palmer, and they all laughed, and that was a cute scene. And I kind of wish they had kept that in there. That would have been a great scene to have left in.
Like a moment of humanity,
right? Kind of say that this was once a family that loved each other.
I love
Laura's just sitting at the table, quiet, eating a muffin. A muffin again, right? The whole
muffin.
thing about you're the
a
muffin. Yeah.
Ooh.
Joey just called in. Bernie the mule left Canada about an hour ago.
Okay.
He wasn't in the movie at all.
Nope.
That means we
Harry
stop watching
Truman.
Jacques. Set a trap for Bernie.
Going for Jacques' brother Bernie there.
He's coming in on foot. That's right, Andy.
I love this. They just look at each other. No talk. There's nothing to say.
He's coming who's coming on foot?
Bernie.
Bernie.
Hawk looks at him. Andy looks at Truman.
This reminds me of the Indian and the
yes, the Frenchman and the Indian movie. Yes,
this is what it reminds me
saying
of.
There's an awful lot of trails for us to cover.
No, I was thinking what a long hike Bernie has to take.
It's fun. I think it's dark humor. I think it's funny. Truman's not amused.
Truman seems frustrated.
Yes. And they did have that in the series, that he seemed like he'd get frustrated with his crying and.
Thank you, Andy.
Killed someone, Laura.
And I think he killed somebody different in the diary, in the Laura Palmer diary. There was a whole thing that he actually killed another person. So he might have killed a few people.
Yeah.
Laura, you didn't come to see me yesterday.
Jacoby.
It was Johnny Horn's birthday. I promised I'd be with him.
In the show, he didn't come off as creepy, but here he kind of comes off as like, I love you. And
those tapes that he sent her were very flirty.
That's true.
Oh, I had a dream. And like, yeah, she comes across like she's enjoying it.
Yeah.
And then here it sounds like she's being forced to do it, and she seems disgusted.
I don't know if she's forced or I think she's just got a lot on her mind, and she's just like, I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, that could be it.
Asparagus. Did she say I hate asparagus in the diary? I feel like she did.
Yeah.
I think so.
I hate asparagus.
Yeah.
Sure you do. It's good for you.
Charlotte Stewart's scene with Don Davis, who plays Mr. Briggs, the Briggs family.
Yeah.
He's reading the Bible in the living room. I kind of think it'd be an interesting movie to have this sprinkled out. That like just little, you get a little sense that the Twin Peaks characters were part of the film.
I know.
You want the blow, don't you? Oh, it's okay.
In some way, this feels like a breakup
Bobby's
scene.
got it.
Like it basically establishes that we know what this relationship really is all about.
Yeah, it's all about.
And all I can think about is like he's upset about this, but he's still with Shelley right now as well.
I know. But Shelley's married.
Oh, that's right.
It's like he's like the other guy for like all these different women.
Oh.
Why is Leland walking up the steps?
So it's creepy. I think she might be waiting for James, and maybe we're hearing the motorcycle.
Yeah. She's like afraid. But he knows she's there.
Is he staring her down?
He seems like in a trance. Would this be the night Laura dies?
I believe it is, yeah.
So it's like he's That was creepy.
Very creepy.
Yeah. Freaking loud motorcycle. I know. I'm sorry. If you hear that in front of your house, you're gonna know someone's there.
Right now it looks like the long lady's just looking up at the sky and there's the moon, and I think she's really upset. Like she knows something is not right.
Yes.
I think I would love to have had this because I love the idea of a feeling of like something's not right and that she knows that that's something. Kind of like episode 16 at the Roadhouse where people didn't know what was going on but they knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
So I would love to have seen that.
And they were with the log lady.
Yeah.
Right? Remember she's eating the peanuts?
Yeah.
And the giant is like, oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Laura in the
owls
water.
at the Roadhouse.
So what is this?
So this is like presents.
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh.
Truman just brought her in from Glastonbury Grove.
Wow.
Annie is in the hospital, all bloody
Why
up.
didn't they give you us this in the movie?
Where is the ring?
Oh.
Someone else has this no.
Annie, where am I? And how can I leave?
You are in. No, there is no place to go.
No place to go.
Home.
What is home?
Yeah. It's like mocking him.
Yes.
No place to go but home. It's sort of like Wizard of Oz.
Ah, yeah, good point. Yeah, there's no place like home.
Yeah, no
That's
place
right.
like a home. So it's just a cool extension that Dale is still trapped in the Red Room.
Right.
And maybe realizing, coming to terms that
there's no way.
There's no way out.
Right.
My name is Annie.
What about Annie?
I've been
How's
with
Annie?
Laura and Dale. The good Dale is in the lodge and he can't leave. Write it in your diary.
Why do you think this nurse has a diary?
Because she thinks she's talking to Laura.
I don't know. Maybe.
Because that's what she says to Laura when she's in bed.
And she's not looking and she can't see. You're right.
Yeah.
Maybe she's in her mind talking to Laura.
Laura.
So then the nurse takes the ring off of her hand.
Which is key. The nurse is stealing it. Yeah, she's definitely talking to Laura.
I didn't realize that until you said this, but I think you're absolutely right. I knew about the scene. I didn't think that that's what she's doing, but you're right. She's in her mind, and maybe there's communicate. Oh, now it looks like we're in this last scene from.
Oh man.
Code. Episode 29.
How's Annie? How's Annie? How's Annie?
Cooper, you all right? Cooper, you all right?
Cooper! Cooper!
I slipped and hit my head on the mirror. The glass broke when my head struck it. It struck me as funny, Harry.
It's cool to see a little bit more past the end of the finale, but it doesn't add anything. It doesn't add anything to the movie. And I feel like almost ripped off because you bothered to give me like 30 seconds more.
And it ends the same way. I didn't brush my teeth.
Right.
And I wonder if that was actually filmed when they did the final episode.
No, I'm pretty sure it was done.
They redid that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
I know because I mean you're right. The set looks the same and everybody looks the same, but it was definitely filmed for the movie and stuff. But
yeah, it seems silly to add that.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool to see Annie though. The Annie in bed talking to Laura, and then you see Annie outside.
Yeah.
With the ring,
It's so
using that as like a time.
Right.
She's going through time to kind of like.
Oh my gosh, the red. I mean, no, you're saying the ring is a gateway, is a way of maybe
communicating with Laura, but then the nurse taking it is sort of like, shit, that's Cooper's way back.
Yeah,
He goes, Annie, and how do we get home, Annie? And he goes, oh, Annie, the ring is gone, and now the nurse put the ring on.
Right.
So,
and the thing is the ring evil? I mean, we still don't know if
or is it just allowing these spirits to go in and out of this
Right.
place.
Maybe.
Because maybe we never really had anything concrete in the show, but maybe this allows the lore to be like, this ring is magical. It allows us to kind of communicate with the living or the spiritual or whatever you want to call
And
it.
the whole idea of rings is not new. We had the whole Giant and Cooper's ring and
Yeah. But this is extra scenes, so technically this doesn't
It is
happen.
unseen Twin Peaks. It never happened. I mean, it's right. It's not canon. I mean, we can look at it as
But do you
what
think
could have
Mark
been.
Frost is going to give us that gap? And could this stuff be interwoven in that book he's going to release?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't feel like it's going to go that way. Maybe.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
It's some good stuff.
So then we see the corn, the cream corn, and now we have credits, and that's how it ends there.
Deleted scenes.
Right.
But
I mean, for me, my money's worth it just to see the extra stuff in the Red Room, and to see is this the past or the future, and to see that
it's
ending.
all over the place.
It's really cool.
Yeah. It's
And
definitely
I actually was really excited. I was really happy with Doc Hayward, that scene there, because I knew about it, but I didn't see that part where he says, "Hey, the angels will rescue you, and you do have somebody there, and you will laugh and be happy." And I think that made it for me. I mean,
yeah, and that was like super foreshadowing.
Yes, that's what you can do. But
yeah.
Well, cool. Thanks for watching this.
It is creepy. The deleted scenes do feel like another movie.
Yep. It really does. I mean, that's why I say that. I mean, there was rumors that they were going to make more movies, and so you totally could have taken some of this footage and then maybe even film more stuff and make other movies out of it. I mean, yeah.
But would the fans feel jerked around because they would just be teasing what would happen to Cooper, not giving you answers? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
If that scene had actually played out the end of the movie, people would be like, "Oh, we saw this already."
Right, movie 2. You wait another couple years and then.
Yeah. Oh, here's Dale Cooper finally brushing his teeth. You know, you're like, "Oh no."
Yeah, I am glad that they cut that out.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
So we've got through all of Firewalk with Me here.
Wow, the trilogy is now complete. I feel like George Lucas. Excellent.
Excellent.
That was a lot of fun. I think Firewalk with Me was excellent, and I think the deleted scenes really add to it. And I could see why people would make a edited version with those scenes in there,
right?
Because it could add more to the story. But I think the movie, as a Laura Palmer story, works very well. But.
And you seem to like you were happy with the Laura Palmer. It could have just been the Laura Palmer show, and you would have been happy with that. Yeah,
I do feel that way. I think seeing these characters as side characters and cameos, because it's really about her, someone we don't know nothing about. We didn't know anything about.
Right. We just heard from other people who she was.
Why should I feel as the audience member sad that Laura Palmer is dead? I know nothing about her. I have to learn it through other people. And you learn things, but you don't know who she truly is. You just hear secondhand of what people thought of her. So I think it's cool. Cool. Yeah. And I think it's interesting if people were to watch that first, then watch the show. I think that would ruin the mystery. But if you don't care and you want to know how they figure out who the murderer is, you could probably watch it first, but I really feel like you can't. It's so hard to say.
It's out of context. I mean, I still think the whole Red Room stuff. I mean, why is Cooper in the Red Room? You need to have seen the whole series first.
Yeah.
I feel, to be able to really appreciate Firewalk with Me.
Yeah, and you know what though? After watching that movie, you could watch the season and then watch the movie and watch it. It's like a circle.
That's true.
It feels that way, right?
So I think that's our show.
Yes, that is our show. You can email us at TwinPeaksUnwrapped@gmail.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Follow us. Send us messages. We're getting a lot of good stuff. And
you can find all our stuff at TwinPeaksUnwrapped.com.
Exactly. And please rate us and leave us a 5-star review or comment on the iTunes.
That'd be awesome.
I know. We're going to hit top 50. We're going to hit it. I feel it. We'll see you guys next week.
Hello, Ben and Bryan. My name is Jubal Brousseau. I'm a longtime fan of Twin Peaks, and like many of us, I had my obsession rekindled when the Showtime return was announced in October of 2014. The 6th, to be precise. It was my birthday, and also the day that I received the Blu-ray collection in the mail. I've listened to most Peaks-related podcasts that I can get my hands on, and must say that yours is among the best. You guys have managed to create a successful combination of the old-timer plus a newbie format with some honest-to-God journalism in the field of Twin Peaks studies. I use the term only half-jokingly, and your interviews are always great. I wanted to share with you my theory that I developed through my most recent rewatch of the series and film. I had a great conversation some months back with Em and Steve on the Sparkwood and 21 podcast about this stuff, and I wanted to share it with you now that Bryan is caught up and waiting with bated breath like the rest of us. Keep up the great work. David Lynch's work is something that I've found easiest to interpret when I just sort of let it wash over my mind like a dream. In a dream, we take the strange events and bizarre temporal juxtapositions in stride. If we approach the bizarre elements of Twin Peaks this way, by being alert and yet letting rationality go, interesting things emerge. It seems to me that Bob, Mike, the Tremonds, the man from another place, and the rest are either transdimensional beings or aspects of a single entity that is pressing in on our own dimension, enough to be aware of human consciousness. By transdimensional, I mean in a fifth-dimensional sense, if we live in 4, length, width, height, and duration. This entails a form of consciousness that experiences causality as a static state of affairs, which quantum physics and Buddhism both allude to frequently. The town of Twin Peaks and the surrounding area happens to be a place where the veil is thin enough that a kind of cross-section of communication is possible between these entities and those of us that carry a kind of sensitivity. By cross-section, I mean a truncated form that only works through the human subconscious, which would be the closest thing that they could latch onto, a bigger picture way of thinking that is outside of language, which is the product of linear thought. That's what I think the backwards/forwards language of the lodges represents. Somehow electricity comes into play. The buzzing of the ceiling fan, the sound of the power line in the trailer park where Teresa Banks and the Tremonds at one time lived, all herald the being's nearness or arrival. It's almost like the tuning of a radio, and intercourse between two worlds, as the man from another place puts it in Fire Walk With Me, becomes possible. What these entities do is pick up on symbols in our minds and play with them, or arrange them in ways that seeks to communicate, and also represents their communication with each other to us, since we would never be able to comprehend them directly. Garmin Bozia is a prime example. What is creamed corn? It is one of the most universally loathed foods by children, at least in the Western world. It seems to me that it was a symbol, attached to an emotion, pain and suffering, that was pulled from the mind of a human that they encountered, perhaps someone with a childhood memory of being forced to clean their plate or suffer a beating. Burned engine oil, strong smells that create specific memory triggers in people. The sense of smell is located in a part of the brain that is very close to our memory center. The Formica table, green is its color, is common household furniture, one that came into fashion in the 50s, and is the random kind of detail that could have a larger-than-life significance in someone's childhood memory of a beloved or abusive grandmother. Perhaps the original physical model of the form that Mrs. Tremond takes on. It's clear that the Black Lodge exists outside of the realm of linear time. Early on, Cooper as an old man sees Laura, or her representation, who tells her they will meet in 25 years. Philip Jeffries appears after having been missing for 2 years, points to Cooper and says, "Who do you think that is there?" Letting us know that while he's been away, Jeffries must have encountered Cooper or his doppelganger in the Black Lodge. And most chillingly, in a Fire Walk With Me outtake, Annie awakens in her hospital bed, sits up, is clearly somewhere else, and delivers a message to Laura Palmer in the past. There's also the case of the two Coopers, which I'm still trying to figure out. I should credit Scott from the Red Room podcast for this one. In Season 1, Cooper has his hair parted, and in Season 2, he starts to slick it back. In Fire Walk With Me and late in the series, there are scenes in the Black Lodge with his hair parted both ways, which would imply that there is the Cooper of Season 1 dreaming of the Black Lodge coexisting with the Cooper of Season 2 who's trapped there. David Lynch has long been a proponent and practitioner of transcendental meditation as a way to gain inspiration and peace by tapping into his higher consciousness, which exists in a level beyond language and linear thinking. I think that is at least one key to understanding a lot of his work, especially Twin Peaks.